Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I thought we would kind of go through my recent build, and I would explain kind of the items that I used and how I used them, because I tend to get a lot of questions from people asking me, how did you make this or how did you make that? And so this is kind of in an attempt to try and answer that the best way I can. So first of all, I made the sink using the mahogany aqueduct. The plumbing is kind of made using this sink here, floated from below and up to the aqueduct. The faucet is made using the carbuncle bathtub with its back turned out, so you can only see the actual faucet part of it. These counters are made using the brick counter as well as white rectangular partitions, and then they just put very tightly so that you can only see the wooden parts of the brick counter and not the actual brick. What's nice about this is that you can dye the wooden parts of the brick counter, and you can choose basically any color combination of this style, which makes it very versatile and very nice. The top of the countertops I have made using the marble partitions, and they have this really nice marble effect that I liked. That made it look very nice and clean. Over here I made this little shelf with these dish racks that I floated into the wall, and the actual shelf part of it is a stage partition that I floated up. I made these windows using the Phasmascape, as well as these crack windows that you can buy from the vendor NPC. Then I framed them in using white rectangular partitions. Over on this side of the kitchen, I have this little seating area, and I've gotten really into making custom seating because I don't really like a lot of the couches that they have in game. I think oftentimes they're a bit too large and clunky, and so I prefer to just make my own. But this is like a really nice and simple one that I think almost anyone could make. I just used the Glade kind of sofa, and then the bottom of this is a hinged bookshelf. These are also super easy to float. You just need to float them from the floor below and up. Here are some matching cushions just to make it look a little bit nice and soft to sit on. And same with the windows here. These windows are going to be the same for out, so it's the first time I show them. There's going to be the same principle for how to make all of the other ones. There is no change. In the living room, I wanted to go for kind of a shabby chic, natural fireplace kind of feel. So I just kind of want to start by explaining this very easy coffee table. So this coffee table only really uses the wooden stairs, and you just need to float these into the floor. I use 3 of them. You could use more. The only thing that's important to know is that 2 of them should be in the same directions, like these 2. And the other one needs to be in the opposite direction, because if you put them all in the same direction, you will have a little bit of brown part poking out through here, and it's not going to look very nice. The couch again is made using the same kind of design as in the kitchen. So it's once again is this Glade couch as the seat cushion, and the hinged bookshelf as the bottom of it. Then the armrest I made using these wooden staircases, or wooden staircase bookshelf I think they're called. And the backrest is made using a lot of stacked wooden slats. You just need to pack these really tightly, and same thing there, float them from the floor below to get this effect. The fireplace I made using these new waterfall items to make the walls on the left and the right side. The top as well as the back of the fireplace are these large fireplaces. Just need to stack them like that and then float the other one on top. These little shelves made out of a white stone are these tables here, and just once again kind of pushed into the other parts of the fireplace. the actual fireplace, I used these pipes here that you can get from the vendor NPC, and floated not this way but rather this way, so that you only get one pipe showing and not two. The base of the fireplace is this small metal aquarium, and as you can see, these lanterns are what make up the actual fire of the fireplace. Then it's just a simple shelf on top and some decorations put in to make it look a little bit more natural. Over here, because this is an FC house, I wanted to go for something that felt like a communal space, and so I thought a nice open dining space would be a good option to that, but there's not a whole lot of tables in the game that I feel are big enough to fit 6 people, so I opted to make my own instead. So this dining table it's pretty simple. It's really only made using these shelves and the dancing pole for the legs. I just dyed them brown so that they would fit a little bit better with the table. Also, something important to note is that I used a lot of these mog shelves, mogrific mog shelf, and I used them a lot all around these windows, as well as over here to kind of create a nice effect on the walls. And what's so good about using this is that because these windows, they snap right at the bottom, you can see those little arrows down there. So if you put a partition too close to it, it will snap onto it. So I just like to put these kind of shelves instead to kind of stop them from snapping onto something and then not being attached to the Phasmascape anymore. And I also just think it creates this lovely wooden effect that it looks really nice, I think, and a bit more natural than just having one colored walls, kind of. So yeah, that is most of the important parts of this build. If I missed something or you have any more questions for me, please just let me know and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thank you for your support. I'll see you next time.